you're gonna like friend zone me immediately. There's no way I'm gonna get through to you. But if you have like that, if you did the research and had insightful questions, open-ended questions, try to get a conversation going. Those are questions you'll never be able to ask again because you're going to move down a
Yeah.
deal flow, and it's almost impossible to go back to you're stuck in feature zone. There's no way you're going to get the business context.
Yeah.
In the demo or anything like that. It's too late. So you got to hit it in the beginning. And I was always frustrated with how ill-prepared reps were for calls. It drove me nuts.
Yeah. And it's not, I'm not laying blame, not on reps, not on the
Yeah.
people. It's a fact, right? I mean, a lot of us are bound. We have to react to the tyranny of the immediate, right?
Yep.
And it's hard to get out of that rhythm. So, but you mentioned a few really important things. Like if you think about the 6 stages that we all go through in making a decision, we're not going to talk about that in depth here. It's a bigger conversation, but people pay attention at the beginning of something and at the end of something. That's called primacy and recency. So when we engage the buyer for the first time, right, when we have their attention at primacy, most sellers, 87% or more, start off with the same, "Oh, great, thank you for reaching out to us." And then we ask some version of, what's your budget? Who's making the decision? What do you need? That's a feature function conversation. When do you need a buy? Right? Regardless of how intelligently we navigate those 4 pillars, let's call them pillars, it's what most everybody else does. And you said this, when we do that, we've missed one of the most important opportunities to capture that buyer's attention. But we don't, 87% don't. We engage the same way that everybody else does.
Mm-hmm.
The buyer consciously or unconsciously says, okay, I know where this is going. Well, on the other hand, if we do a little bit of research and structure some intelligent questions, I know you and I have talked about this before, but I'm fond of saying this. One of my favorite philosophers is Voltaire, and Voltaire said, "Judge a person by the nature of their questions, not by the nature of their answers."
Mm-hmm.
So a thing that we can do and should do is ask some questions that the rest of the herd isn't asking.
Yep.
If we do that in that very first conversation, consciously or non-consciously, that buyer thinks or lands on a bias that says this person and this organization is different.
Yep.